Good morning, people. Welcome to another video. So today what we're going to do, we're going to talk about peri-workout nutrition, which basically means nutrition around your training, before, during, and after. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm having currently in the off season, rationale behind it, what you want to, consist of in your peri-workout nutrition, and we're going to go through a leg day today. So let's get into the pre-workout meal. It is just after 6 o'clock. I wake up at 6 every day, train at 8 o'clock. So I try to have my first meal in me by 6:30-ish, and then let that digest, train at 8, and then consume nutrients after the workout. So I'm going to show you guys what I have before my training and why I do that. Another thing I want to mention while this meal is preparing is water. So first thing in the morning, whether I'm training or not, I always make sure I get at least 1 or 2 glasses of water in. So it'd be, I don't know, what's a normal glass, like 8 ounces? So between like 8 and 16 ounces of water. But especially if you're training, you want to be hydrated. You don't want to go into your workout without having some water, especially for myself. There we go. Especially for myself, training in the morning, I haven't drank anything all night, right? So I always have 1 or 2 glasses of water with some vitamins first thing when I wake up. And I would do that regardless if I train in the morning or not. So just quickly wanted to say that before we get down to meal 1. Okay, so meal 1, pre-workout meal, we've got a bagel with some jam, 1 serving of jam, and 140 grams-ish of chicken. Our scale broke, so I'm using my eyeballs as best I can right now. So yeah, this is it. Nothing fancy, moderate amount of protein, moderate amount of carbs, and basically no fat. So fat slows down digestion, so when you're having a meal before training, you want to try to like minimize fat unless you're eating a significant amount of time before your workout, where, if you're eating 2 and 3 hours, then training, then you might want some fats because it's going to help slow digestion. But for me, I'm training in like an hour and a half or so. I want something that's going to get in my system relatively quickly. Another thing you want to think about is digestion. Foods that digest relatively well, that aren't going to leave you bloated or gassy or feeling sluggish. This meal for me, it sits super easy, digests really well. So before training, it's perfect. So this meal, for you guys that followed my prep, this is what I had before training on prep. It's morning. My brain's still not awake yet. So this meal hasn't changed, in all honesty. I enjoy it. It works well before workouts, and once I find something that works, I really don't stray from it too much. So I have this meal literally every morning, and whether it's a training day or not. As far as what I use, this is what I'm using right now. It's Costco. It's like organic spread, I guess. There's strawberry and there's a raspberry one that's really good as well. The bagels, people like to get fancy with bagels, like cinnamon and like everything bagels. Not me. Literally plain, original, boring old bagels is what I like. Give me a break. And chicken is chicken. So yeah, so along with the water in the morning, like I touched on earlier, we have this meal before training, and then I'll have my pre-workout drink in a little bit, and I'll show you kind of like the pre-workout ritual that we do right now that we've moved and live in a new house. So I'm gonna get this meal in me, and then I'll touch base with you guys in a little bit. This is what we do after the meal. We let it digest, right? Can't get coffee. What a suck. Yeah. Couch freaked out over a frog. Okay, morning ritual, pre-workout. Take all doggy out for a walk around the village of Odessa. It's about 20 minutes. And then we get a pre-workout drink on, and then we lift. Pre-workout, I've been off stimulant-based pre-workouts, so like your caffeine and stuff, for probably like 4 or 5 weeks. I've been taking a product called Impact Pump, so it's a stim-free pre-workout. Reason behind that is just because I wasn't getting like the kick you would from pre-workouts. It was just kind of like just something to drink. There wasn't really any like energy benefits I was getting out of it, just because my body was so used to it. So I was like, okay, we're gonna take the stimulants out for a little bit, get like resensitized to it, and then reintroduce them back in on occasion. So that's what I'm doing now. So stabilize with pre-workout, always creatine. You can take creatine anytime. It doesn't need to be pre-workout like I do, but it's simply just out of convenience. I take it now. I always remember to. So just a 5-gram scoop. I take the powdered creatine monohydrate. It's simple, it's basic, it works, but you can take different kinds of creatine. This is just what I take. I like it. And then I also have Total War in here, so I just took a sample that we had at work. So this is the Northern Lights flavor, if I remember correctly, which is kind of nice. So I'm just gonna pour that in my shaker with my creatine. And then some people like to take like this much water or just take a shot. Some people like to dry scoop it. I like to sip on my pre-workout and enjoy it. So I'm gonna fill this up almost full of water. It's like there. Now, what people don't realize is that on the pre-workout it says to mix with 8 ounces of water. And it says that for a reason, because sometimes, well, most of the time, there's ingredients in there that react with water. So when you're doing just your like quick shots of it, you're not actually getting the full effect of it. So yeah, as well, water. We talked about hydration earlier. Before workout, you want to be hydrated. So this is another, 500 to 700 milliliters of water. So by the time I train, we'll be like a liter in, and it's not even 8 o'clock in the morning yet, which is good. So we're gonna have this, sip on it. It's 7:35, so I'm gonna sip on this over the next like 15-20 minutes, and then Aaron should be here to train some legs. Eat it. This is what we do now. Till he gets tired. And we'll finish this and go train. Next order of business is getting the intra-workout drink. So this is something you're gonna drink throughout your session. I use the Blue Star Amino Fast. I broke the tub, so that's why it's in this little Tupperware right here. Just 1 scoop of that. This is the rock candy flavor. It's by far my favorite, but there's a couple other good options too. So it's got your aminos in it. It's got electrolytes, keep you hydrated. It's got a little bit of carbs, a little bit of highly branched cyclodextrin, around 15 grams. So that's something that's going to keep you, fueled and energized during your workout. So I'm going to fill this up again, which is going to put us by the end of the workout. Total water intake probably around 1.5 liters, maybe closer to 2 liters. And another thing I'm going to do is add some ice, because I like to drink this nice and cold. So I'm going to throw in maybe 3 or 4 ice cubes. That'll keep it nice and chilled throughout the workout. It's starting to get cooler out now, so not as important to have this nice and cold. Obviously, during the warmer months, it's nice to have, a nice cool drink to sip on during your workout, but I still like it to be chilled. So that is filled right up, so we'll sip on that throughout the workout. Today's leg workout's probably gonna be around 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So having something like this that's gonna, make sure you keep your water intake high throughout the session, but also keep you well fueled up with the carbohydrates and stuff too on, today's leg day, right? So it's a very hard session. You're gonna be burning a lot of calories. You're gonna be very, intense with the workout. So we want something like this, especially on these kind of days throughout the workout. So if I wouldn't say this is something that, like, if you're on a bit of a supplement budget, maybe you don't necessarily need this, but for myself and my goals, if this is going to give me an extra 5% of progress and progressions and stuff, I'm going to take it and do with it what it does. So yeah, intro workout, we got that ready. Aaron should be here any second, and then we're going to start training. Okay, leg day going down with the man, the myth, not quite a legend yet. Start with hammies. Come on. Okay, big set. This is the shit that counts. Woo. Okay, last set. I want you to do 150, then do drop down to 110. Burnout. Let's go.
Can you change the pin for me though?
Yeah. You got 20? Come on. 17, 18, 19, 20. Good job. Change the pin. There we go. Continue. Nice and slow. Good. Right there. Come on. Come on. Come on. 8. 2 more. 9. Hold it at the top. Hold it. Hold it. Squeeze. 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 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job.
There we go.
There you go. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Good. Come on. so we here at work, it's just after 10. I like to get here a little bit early just to like chill. Usually after the workout, I'm pretty beat up mentally and physically, so I just like to relax and have my post-workout meal. So as far as post-workout nutrition goes, I always have a protein shake immediately after training, just a scoop away with water, and then about 45 minutes to an hour later, I'll have like my meal, which is another protein shake, and then some rice cakes and a Rice Krispie square. So just similar to the pre-workout meal, you want foods that are going to digest easily, foods that are going to absorb relatively quickly, so higher carb, higher protein, and lower on the fat. So this is where this meal fits perfectly in there. This is actually basically the same thing I was having on prep as well. Just the quantity is a little bit higher, so a little bit higher in calories. As far as the workout went, it was fantastic. Aaron was in rough shape. I think by the end of the second set of squats, the banded plate-loaded squat that we did, he was looking a little pale in the face, like he could bring his breakfast up, but that's what just happens. Legs in the lab, it's nothing to take lightly. I hit my deadlift numbers, which I was happy with, went a little heavier on the plate-loaded squat, which was good. And then we did the isolation stuff as well and some calves to finish, so it was a very good workout. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you learned a thing or two about your pre, intra, and post-workout nutrition, drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.